Hello everyone, welcome to Exam Happy's weekly worksheet. So this video we're going to go through 10 questions from our free weekly worksheet, and this is a worksheet that is realistic exam 11 plus preparation material. It's been designed by 11 plus experts, so you know that if your child does this, it's going to be something similar in the real exam. Now, Exam Happy, we provide free fortnightly worksheets, so look in the description below if you want to take part in fortnightly worksheets, which are realistic, spanning from maths, English, verbal reasoning, and non-verbal. We only cover 10 questions in today's video, but if you want the full worksheet, again, look in the description and you'll be able to see and access the full worksheet. All you need to do is upload the paper via the Exam Happy app. All of the answers will be marked for you. You can see the video solutions and you can even see peer rankings against real students taking the 11 plus exams. So without further ado, we hope you enjoy the video. Any questions, please leave a comment below and we hope you enjoy the solutions. Thank you.
Okay, question number 1. So it says, what is 4,579 rounded to the nearest 100? So the first thing you need to do here is to identify where the 100 column is. So this here is the units, this is the tens, this is the hundreds, so the 5 here. And what you want to do is you want to look at the next number over. So let's look at the 7 here. And the rule is high 5. High 5. If it's 5 or higher, we round up. If it's 4 or lower, we round down. And given that it's a 7 and 7 is, 5 or higher, we have to round up. So the 5 here, where it's 4,500, we round it up to 4,600. So the answer is E, 4,600. Number 2, what is 9.09 plus 3.56? So the best way to do this question would just be column addition. So you write 9.09, add 3.56, just making sure all of the unit places are exactly where they should be. And then we do 9 plus 6, which is 15. We carry the 1 up there. 1 plus 5 is 6. The decimal point, we just bring it straight down. It's as simple as that. And then 9 plus 3 is 12. So we get 12.65, which is B. Number 3, which of these gives the answer 85? The answer is D, because we look at everything within the bracket first. So that's a third of 51. And a third of 51 just means 51 divided by 3, which is 17. And then if you put the 5 back there, 5 times 17, you get 85. Number 4, a box of apples weigh 7.8 kilograms. The box weighs 600 grams and holds 30 apples. What is the weight of 4 apples? So if the box, including the apple, weighs 7.8 kilograms and the box weighs 600 grams, let's just take one away from the other, and that should just give you the weight of the apples by itself. So 7.8 kilograms is the same as 7,800 grams, which just times it by 1,000 because there are 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram. And then the box is 600 grams. If you take away one from the other, we basically get the weight without the box. In other words, we get the weight of just the apples. So 30 apples weigh 7,200 grams. So let's find the weight of 1 apple, which we just have to divide in this case. So we do 7,200 divided it by 30. And notice here, because there's tens, there's a 0 here and a 0 here, we can just cancel that out. So then the question becomes, what's 720 divided by 3? Well, how many 3's go into 7? Well, that's 2, because 2 3's make 6. And then that gives 1 remainder, which we carry over to the next number. And 1 and 2 makes 12. How many 3's go into 12? That's 4. And then how many 3's go into 0? That's 0. So we did 7,200, which is the weight of 30 apples. We divided by 30 to get the weight of 1 apple. So the weight of 1 apple is 240 grams. But wait, we don't want to know the weight of one apple, we want to know the weight of 4 apples. So if we do 240 grams times by 4, you get the answer E, which is 960 grams. Number 5, which of the following measurements of volume is greatest? So for this one, the best thing to do is, because they're all in different units, you can see here this is centiliters, milliliters, liters, you want to change it all into the same unit so you can actually compare them to one another. Now you might know that a litre, 1 litre, is 1,000 milliliters. If you want to convert from litres to milliliters, just times it by 1,000. You may not know that 1 centilitre equals to 10 milliliters. A bit like 1 centimetre equals to 10 millimeters. So we need to times it by 10. So 75 centiliters, let's look at A, is 75. Let's convert it all into milliliters. That becomes 750 milliliters, because we just have to times it by 10. 850 milliliters, well, that's already in milliliters, which is great, so we just leave it as that. 0.99 liters is 990 milliliters, because what we need to do is times it by 1,000. And remember, when we just times it by 1,000 with decimal points, we just move the decimal point by the number of zeros. So in 1,000 there are 3 zeros, so the decimal point jumps 1, 2, 3, so it becomes 990 milliliters. 1.01 liters becomes 1,010 milliliters, again times it by 1,000. And 105 centiliters is 1,050 milliliters, because we times it by 10, because there are 10 milliliters in a centiliter. So which one of these are the greatest? Well, it's E, isn't it? Because E is 1,050, and that's the greatest out of all of them. Number 6, Ashwin and Latifa play a game where they count up in multiples of 7 and 13. Ashwin counts up in 7 and Latifa counts up in 13. Which of the following numbers do they both count up to? So for number 6, the answer is B, because 182, 7 can go into it, and 13 can also go into it. So just to prove that, 182, let's divide it by 7. How many 7s go into 1? That's 0. How many 7s go into 18? Well, that's 2, because 2 lots of 7 is 14. That gives 4 remainder, which makes 42. And how many 7s go into 42? Well, 6 times 7 goes into 42. So 7 actually goes into 182. We say that 182 is divisible by 7. And in terms of 13, well, let's do that again. 182 divided by 13. We should do it down here. 182 divided by 13. How many 13s go into 1? That's 0. How many 13s go into 18? That's 1 with the 6 remainder. Sorry, with the 5 remainder, it should be. And how many 13s go into 52? That is 4, because it goes 13, 26, 39, 52. So as you can see here, both 13 and 7 go into 182, which is why that is the answer. Number 7, it reads, the below is a page taken from a newspaper showing adverts for different services. And you can see here, all of these are pet services. VAT is a tax which has to be paid in addition and is currently listed as 20% of the listed price. So for all of these prices here, you're not going to pay £80, you're actually going to pay £80 plus VAT, which is a tax, and the tax is 20%, so you need to pay 20% more. How much would it cost to groom a pet, including VAT? So if we look at the grooming here, it costs £60 plus VAT, and VAT is 20% at the moment. So 20% of £60 is the VAT cost. Now, if you think about 10% of £60, that's easier, right? Because 10% just means you divide it by 10. So that's £6. So 20% is just double that. So 20% will be £12. So grooming altogether will cost £60 plus VAT, which we've just worked out to be £12. So 60 and £12 is £72. So the answer is C. Number 8. Dylan, Nathan, Aaron and Jessica entered a relay race as a team. Dylan ran in 13.8 seconds, Nathan ran in 14.3 seconds, Aaron ran in 13.2 seconds, and Jessica ran in 12.1 seconds. How long did it take the team to complete the race? So for this question, you just simply have to add up all of the times that they take, and that will give you the time of the total team. So the best method probably is column addition. So we do 13.8, add 14.3, add 13.2, add 12.1. And on the right hand side, 8 plus 3, that's 11, plus 2 is 13, plus 1 is 14. So the 4 goes here, and the 1 gets carried over. The decimal point again, simply just bring it down. And then in the units column is 1 add 3, which is 4, 4 add 4, which is 8, 8 add 3, which is 11, and 11 add 2, which is 13. So it's 3 here. You can put the 1 up there. And finally, it's 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, that's 5. So the answer is 53.4, which is C. Number 9. Samantha draws a regular hexagon on a piece of paper, size of angle X. So for this one here, we need to use a trick, okay? So what we want to do is we want to find the angle of this, let's call it Y, and then to find X, notice that it's on a straight line, so we just need to do 180 degrees, take away Y, and then that should give us X, okay? Because a straight line, the angles are up to 180 degrees. Now the way I want you to think about this is we can split this hexagon into triangles. And I hope you remember a triangle has 180 degrees. So this hexagon, we can split it. If I just go from one point to all the other points, how many triangles is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles we can get into this hexagon. And in general, the number of triangles you can get into a shape, into a regular polygon, is just the number of sides take away 2, which makes sense because a hexagon has 6 sides, and 6 sides take away 2, we get the 4 triangles that you see here. Now, like I said, a triangle has 180 degrees. So this is 180 degrees, this is 180 degrees, this is 180 degrees, this is 180 degrees. And if we were to add up all of those 180 degrees, we get 720 degrees in total. That's the internal angles. Now, if you remember, I said we had to work out what Y was here, right? And Y, if you think about it, is just 720 degrees shared across the 6 angles in a hexagon. So the 720 degrees, let's just divide it by 6. And if you were to do the maths, I believe it would be 120 degrees. So if Y is 120 degrees, then X, because angles in a straight line add up to 180 degrees, is going to be 60 degrees, because 120 add 60 equals to 180 degrees. So the answer for number 9 is A, which is 60 degrees. Number 10. The following route shows the distance between 3 towns, Farningham, Elderton, and Middleford. Ryan walks from Elderton to Middleford. So Ryan goes from here to visit his friend. He then walks to Farningham. So he walks to Farningham before returning to Middleford. So he kind of goes like there, then comes back. How far did Ryan walk in total? Well, from Elderton to Middleford is 2.4 kilometers, and from Middleford to Farningham is 1.8 kilometers. Now, the best way to do this is because he walks from Middleford to Farningham, then Farningham back to Middleford. That's just 1.8 kilometers times 2, which is 3.6 kilometers. And then at the beginning, he walks from Elderton to Middleford, which is 2.4 kilometers. So if you were to add on 2.4 kilometers, in total, that is 6.0 kilometers. So the answer for number 10 is B, which is 6 kilometers.
Okay, so that was the first 10 questions. We really hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, we've got the full worksheet in the description. So make sure you check out the full worksheet and upload via the Exam Happy app to get video solutions for the remaining 10 questions. Like I said, we post worksheets every fortnight. So if you want to take part in worksheets from maths, verbal reasoning, English and non-verbal reasoning, join via the link below, and we see you very soon.